first game I ever loved. Scared the life out of me.
If I had to pick one game that I ever truly really loved, it'd have to be Resident Evil 1, PlayStation 1. I'd obviously played games before I was 15, but this one is the one that stuck with me. Resident Evil 1, blocky graphics, tank controls and voice acting that sounded like it had been recorded in someone's shed. But I absolutely loved it. Didn't even own it at first. My mate brought it round one weekend and said, "You've got to try this, it's mad." The cover of the game wasn't very inspiring. Thought it was going to be rubbish, but it wasn't. We stuck the disc in, turned the lights off, and straight away something felt off. Not broken, just a bit strange. There was this quiet tension about everything. Even the title screen felt like it was watching you. And then it starts. You're in a big mansion, no tutorial. What the hell is going on? And then about 5 minutes in, you see some bloke getting eaten. I know it sounds well dramatic, but at the time, I just remember sitting there, frozen. Didn't even move the character. Didn't even know if I could move the character. And that was the magic of it. Wasn't explaining anything, just let you figure it out, and you probably died about 100 times in the process. You couldn't just run. You had to turn your entire body like a forklift before you was facing the right way. If something was chasing you, you were screwed. Running away wasn't about speed, it was, am I close to a door? The camera would stitch you up constantly. You'd walk into a room and the camera would be pointing at the floor or at the corner of a cupboard. You'd hear something snarling and you couldn't see shit, just a lamp or a box. What's that? And then a zombie had lurched from nowhere, you'd panic and just shoot the walls. Speaking of shooting, aiming was chaos. You pressed a button, the character would aim in the general direction of the enemy and shoot. There was no precision, you'd just hope. Every bullet was a gamble. And when you opened the door, you'd see a loading animation of a door slowly creaking open. It was cool at first, but then it got well annoying. And then somehow cool again. By the end, I was scared of doors. Not what was behind them, but the doors themselves. Slow. The voice acting? Horrific. Not scary, just awful.
You was almost a Jill sandwich.
That's an actual line in the game. Makes no sense whatsoever, but for some reason, still up here. Everyone sounded like they was reading the script off a takeaway menu. The awkward controls, the stiff dialogue, the strange camera angles, all gave it charm. The puzzles were ridiculous. Half the time, I didn't even know what I'd done to solve them. You'd find a red gem, stick it in the eye of a tiger statue, push a bookcase, and then suddenly a key had fallen out the ceiling. None of it made any sense, but it was brilliant. And the saving system, don't get me started, you'd need ink ribbons to save, actual limited items. So every save was a risk. You'd go, do I save now, or do I push on and try not to get eaten by something with 8 legs? Spoiler, I pushed on and got eaten, lost an hour every time. But even with all that, I couldn't stop playing. I didn't even know if I was enjoying myself at first. It was just tense and stressful. But then I realised I was enjoying myself. Not in the fun, colourful, I've just jumped on a mushroom kind of way. But I've just survived some horrible shit kind of way. The game didn't care if you was ready, it just expected you to get there eventually. And the mansion itself became some kind of strange comfort. You learnt the layout, you knew which rooms were safe, which ones had ammo, which ones had zombies in you just couldn't be bothered with. Weird really, getting comfortable in a place where everything wants to kill you. Eventually, I got my own copy and played it to death. I still have it somewhere, a battered old disc. I don't play it anymore, but I think about it a lot. It was the first game that got me, not something to just pass time, something that actually stuck. I've played loads of games since then, better looking, smoother, smarter, but none of them quite hit like that first time in that mansion. The first time I've seen a zombie turn round. The first time of running out of ammo and realising, right, I've only got a pokey thing to defend myself with. It was clunky, weird, kinda stupid, but I loved every minute. So yeah, I'd played games before, but that one was the first one I ever loved. And the reason I started seeing that games were more than just button mashing.
Make sure to like and subscribe.